Hello, everyone, and welcome to Endorphin, where I share with you the best books and ideas to help you improve your life and achieve your goals. In this video, I'm going to explain to you one of the most influential and popular books of all time, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. This book has sold over 30 million copies worldwide and has been translated into 40 languages. It has been praised by celebrities, CEOs, presidents, and millions of readers who have found it to be life-changing and empowering. But what are the 7 habits of highly effective people? And how can you apply them in your own life? That's what I'm going to show you in this video, using diagrams and animations to make it easy and fun to understand. Let's get started. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is based on the idea that our habits determine our results. Habits are the things that we do repeatedly and automatically, without much thought or effort. They shape our character, our behavior, and our outcomes. Covey argues that in order to be effective in any area of life, we need to develop habits that are aligned with our true values and principles. Principles are the fundamental truths that govern human effectiveness. They are universal, timeless, and self-evident. They include things like honesty, integrity, fairness, respect, cooperation, etc. Covey says that there are 7 habits that embody these principles and that can help us achieve personal and interpersonal effectiveness. These habits are: be proactive, begin with the end in mind. Put first things first, think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize. Sharpen the saw. These habits are not just tips or tricks that you can apply randomly. They are a holistic system that builds on each other and creates a positive feedback loop. They are divided into 4 parts: Part 1, Paradigms and Principles, Part 2, Private Victory, Part 3, Public Victory, and Part 4, Renewal. Let's take a look at each part and each habit in more detail. Part 1, Paradigms and Principles. Before we dive into the 7 habits, we need to understand the concept of paradigms. Paradigms are the lenses through which we see the world. They are our mental models, our assumptions, our beliefs, our perspectives. They influence how we perceive reality, how we interpret information, how we make decisions, how we behave. Covey says that in order to be effective, we need to have a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift is a change in our way of thinking and seeing the world. It is a transformation from one paradigm to another. Covey identifies 2 types of paradigms that affect our effectiveness: the personality ethic and the character ethic. The personality ethic is the paradigm that focuses on the external aspects of success. It emphasizes things like image, skills, techniques, appearance, personality, etc. It is based on the idea that if you look good, act good, and sound good, you will be successful. The character ethic is the paradigm that focuses on the internal aspects of success. It emphasizes things like integrity, honesty, courage, humility, justice, etc. It is based on the idea that if you are good, do good, and think good, you will be successful. Covey says that the personality ethic is superficial and ineffective. It may work in the short term, but it does not last in the long term. It does not address the root causes of our problems or the core principles of human effectiveness. Covey says that the character ethic is deep and effective. It works in the long term and in any situation. It addresses the fundamental truths and values that govern human behavior and relationships. Covey argues that we need to shift our paradigm from the personality ethic to the character ethic. We need to focus on developing our character, not just our personality. We need to align our habits with our principles, not just our techniques. This is the foundation of the 7 habits of highly effective people. They are habits of character, not habits of personality. They are habits that help us live according to our true values and principles. Part 2, Private Victory. The first 3 habits of highly effective people are about achieving private victory. Private victory means that we master ourselves, our thoughts, our emotions, our actions. It means that we become independent, we are able to take care of ourselves and make our own decisions. Private victory is essential for personal effectiveness. It is also a prerequisite for interpersonal effectiveness. We cannot be successful with others if we are not successful with ourselves. The first 3 habits of private victory are: be proactive. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. Let's take a look at each habit in more detail. Habit 1. Be proactive. The first habit of highly effective people is to be proactive. Being proactive means taking responsibility for your life and choosing how you respond to any situation, instead of reacting impulsively or blaming others. Being proactive is based on the idea that between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Being proactive means that we use our self-awareness, imagination, conscience, and free will to decide what we want to do, not what others want us to do or what is convenient for us to do. Being proactive also means that we focus on our circle of influence, not on our circle of concern. Our circle of concern is the area that contains all the things that we care about or worry about, but that we have little or no control over. Our circle of influence is the area that contains all the things that we care about or worry about, and that we have some or full control over. Proactive people focus on their circle of influence. They spend their time and energy on the things that they can do something about. They take action to improve their situation and create positive change. Reactive people focus on their circle of concern. They spend their time and energy on the things that they can't do anything about. They complain, blame, or avoid their situation and create negative outcomes. By being proactive, we can take control of our life and become more effective and successful. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. The second habit of highly effective people is to begin with the end in mind. Beginning with the end in mind means having a clear vision of what you want to achieve in life and aligning your actions with that vision. Beginning with the end in mind is based on the idea that everything is created twice, first in your mind, then in reality. You have to know where you want to go before you can get there. Beginning with the end in mind also means creating a personal constitution that serves as a framework for making decisions in any situation. A personal constitution is a document that outlines who you are, what you stand for, what you want to accomplish, how you want to behave, and how you want to be remembered. By beginning with the end in mind, we can create a purposeful and meaningful life and become more effective and successful. Habit 3. Put first things first. The third habit of highly effective people is to put first things first. Putting first things first means prioritizing your time and energy based on your goals and values. It means doing the most important things, not just the urgent things. Putting first things first is based on the idea that not all things are created equal. Some things are more important than others, some things are more urgent than others, and some things are both important and urgent. Putting first things first also means creating a personal management system that helps you plan, organize, execute, and review your activities. A personal management system that helps you track your progress and results, and keep yourself motivated and inspired. By putting first things first, we can manage ourselves, not just our tasks, and become more effective and successful. Part 3. Public Victory. The next 3 habits of highly effective people are about achieving public victory. Public victory means that we master our relationships with others, our communication, our cooperation, our influence. It means that we become interdependent, we are able to work with others and achieve more together than alone. Public victory is essential for interpersonal effectiveness. It is also a natural consequence of private victory. We cannot be successful with others if we are not successful with ourselves. The next 3 habits of public victory are: think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize. Let's take a look at each habit in more detail. Habit 4, think win-win. The 4th habit of highly effective people is to think win-win. Thinking win-win means having a mindset of abundance and cooperation. It means seeking mutual benefit and satisfaction in all interactions and relationships. Thinking win-win is based on the idea that life is not a zero-sum game, there is enough for everyone, and everyone can win. It is also based on the idea that human beings are interdependent, we need each other, and we can help each other. Thinking win-win also means adopting a win-win attitude that reflects our character and maturity. A win-win attitude consists of 4 elements: integrity, abundance mentality, courage, and consideration. By thinking win-win, we can create positive outcomes, build trust and respect, and achieve more together than alone. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. The 5th habit of highly effective people is to seek first to understand, then to be understood. Seeking first to understand means listening empathically to others before expressing ourselves. It means understanding their needs, feelings, concerns, and perspectives before sharing our own. Seeking first to understand is based on the idea that communication is a two-way process, it involves both sending and receiving messages. It is also based on the idea that understanding is the key to influence, we cannot influence others if we do not understand them. Seeking first to understand also means using empathic listening skills that show our genuine interest and respect for others. Empathic listening skills include 4 levels: mimicking, rephrasing, reflecting, and summarizing. By seeking first to understand, then to be understood, we can communicate effectively, solve problems creatively, influence others positively, and build lasting relationships. Habit 6, synergize. The 6th habit of highly effective people is to synergize. Synergizing means working together with others to create something greater than the sum of its parts. It means combining the strengths and differences of each individual to produce a third alternative that is better than any individual solution. Synergizing is based on the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, there is more potential in collaboration than in competition. It is also based on the idea that diversity is a strength, there is more value in different perspectives than in similar ones. Synergizing also means applying the principles of creative cooperation that foster synergy. These principles include valuing differences, building trust, seeking third alternatives, and involving stakeholders. By synergizing, we can create positive outcomes, solve problems creatively, achieve more together than alone, and build lasting relationships. Part 4, Renewal. The seventh and final habit of highly effective people is to sharpen the saw. Sharpening the saw means renewing and improving ourselves in 4 dimensions: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. It means taking care of our body, mind, heart, and soul. Sharpening the saw is based on the idea that we are not machines, we need to rest, recharge, and grow. It is also based on the idea that we are holistic beings, we need to balance and integrate all aspects of our life. Sharpening the saw also means applying the principles of self-renewal that enhance our effectiveness. These principles include exercising regularly, eating healthily, sleeping well, learning continuously. Reading widely, writing reflectively, relaxing frequently, meditating deeply, loving unconditionally, serving generously, etc. By sharpening the saw, we can maintain and increase our effectiveness and happiness. We can also prevent burnout, stress, and fatigue. Conclusion. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a powerful and practical system that can help you improve yourself and your relationships. It can help you achieve personal and interpersonal effectiveness. The 7 habits are: be proactive. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first, think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize, sharpen the saw. These habits are not just tips or tricks that you can apply randomly. They are a holistic system that builds on each other and creates a positive feedback loop. They are divided into 4 parts: Part 1, Paradigms and Principles, Part 2, Private Victory, Part 3, Public Victory, and Part 4, Renewal. By applying these habits in your life, you can create positive outcomes, solve problems creatively, overcome challenges successfully, achieve your goals effectively, and become more happy and fulfilled. Pattern interrupt. But wait a minute. How do you practice these habits in your daily life? How do you make them a part of your routine and lifestyle? And how do you measure your progress and results? That's a great question. And that's what I'm going to talk about in the next video: how to implement the 7 habits of highly effective people. In the next video, I'm going to share with you some practical tips and tools that can help you implement the 7 habits in your life. I'm going to show you how to create a habit tracker, a weekly planner, a mission statement, a personal constitution, and more. These tips and tools can help you practice the 7 habits consistently and effectively. They can also help you track your progress and results, and keep yourself motivated and inspired. Sounds awesome, right? Well, it is. And I can't wait to share it with you in the next video. Call to action. So, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to learn more about the 7 habits of highly effective people. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.